You're facing Topuria, who is something of a division boogeyman. This is obviously not the first boogeyman that you've run up against. What do you think is your route to victory here? Do you think his striking and his submissions are overhyped, or do you think he's a genuine threat that you need to take seriously?
Oh, look, you know, he's a dangerous opponent. You know what I mean? He probably hasn't proved himself against the top guys, but it, you know, doesn't mean he's not as good as he says he is, right? We'll figure out, but we get to find out February 17th. You know, I think, yeah, obviously everyone does have a puncher's chance, but to be quite honest, I think that's all he's got. You know, I'm very confident in my experience and how calculated I am, my fight IQ, and I think that's what gets it done. You know what I mean? Again, he's young, he's dangerous, a lot of hype around him, but you know, that all ends in a couple of weeks. But there's things you need to be careful with him, but at the same time, I'll make people fight my fight, and that's what I plan on doing. You know, I plan on going out there and showing him there is levels. You know, he thinks he's the best, but he will be, you know, he will not reminded. He's going to be shown that. Yeah, there are levels to this. Now, I think if he ever gets to that point where he's going to be a champion or a great champion, he needs me to do what I plan on doing to him. You know, I'm going to give him a good humbling. Maybe he can bounce back after that and learn a thing or two, and then we'll see what happens from there. But he's going to be shown a good lesson, a good humbling. So I can't wait to do that.
You mentioned the last fight there. Does it play on your mind at all, or does it change the way you go about things when you're coming off a loss?
Nah, not at all. Like, you know, a lot of people obviously have asked that, you know, do you, which is, you know, funny for me because, you know, a lot of people be like, oh, you know, they don't, you know, they're worried about getting caught. I mean, like, I've always been calculated. Obviously, you know, you're never going to take anything away from your opponent. Like, you know, he called me, it was a great setup. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'm a big believer in preparation, and, you know, and that reminded me why preparation is key. You know, I just couldn't pull the trigger, and so I'm not being too hard on myself, you know what I mean? So I understand it was always a tall ask. Give me a full camp, but that's a tall ask against someone like Islam. 11 days notice, you know, it's, you know, really, really tall ask, you know what I mean? And I knew that going in, you know, I changed the mindset, told myself like, oh yeah, this is going to be the most dangerous I've been because, you know, I've got no other option but to just go for it. And I just didn't, you know what I mean? So, but again, nothing changes for me. Like it's, you know, that was obviously different, them circumstances, but I'll be honest, I was loving every bit until it, till it happened, I guess, and afterwards. But honestly, I completely forget about it. I feel exactly how I did coming off wins.
Would you say, I guess, the lightweight dream is over, or is that still goal for you?
Definitely not. You know, I'm a realist, so obviously, yeah, that's it. Obviously, straight afterwards, I'm a realist. I'm not expecting a rematch straight away, you know what I mean? But that's definitely something. I know everyone's going to see that, you know, they're going to be the age thing and all that. You know, obviously, there's going to be some people doubting, oh, you know, is his time done? And which is hyping up this fight, so I'm all good with it. But everyone's going to be reminded, and then everyone's going to be switching, you know, full. I know you're saying there's nothing left for me in 145, and they want me to go take that lightweight belt. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing. I'm going to go out there, take care of Ilya, and then we'll see what's next. But lightweight's definitely in the near future.